Good morning, guys. It's your girl, SIMPLEFX, your favorite female trader. So this morning, I took a ugly loss on US 30 before news. I got in the trade before news. Let me show you guys. Okay, so this was a setup here on US 30. US 30 was holding this area of resistance here for a while, and I didn't think it was going to break, so I had my trade set up for sells, and right before 9:30, was looking for price to break bearish and give me a sell, and it did not do that. It started pumping up bullish and breaking this resistance area. What was it? At the time, it was about 40,900 and some change. Then we had some news, and that's what that news candle is. A lot of manipulation there. Haven't seen that in a while. Waited for the news candle to finish. Started coming down bearish and pushed all the way down past support that we had previously here and came all the way down to that last major support area there. And so I waited and went ahead and jumped in on these buys here to kind of recoup that loss. That was like a $2,000 loss. So it's taking a little bit of time for this trade to move. But either way, it's been a while since I've taken 2 trades in a day. But I kind of felt funny about that first trade setup. Was really looking for it to work out, and it didn't. So we waited for news, and now we're sitting in this trade here. And I'm going to hop on over to my trading platform and show you guys there that we're sitting at around uno momento, guys. I don't know why it's not zooming in, but yeah, right around there in terms of profit. I have 2 positions open. This is a small account build at two lots. So yeah, holding this move to see what happens with it. And yeah, that's that. And also, guys, with this setup as well, I did drop it in my private Telegram group for my members to also take. So yeah, we're all in this move right now, hoping for the best, and we're gonna see. And I actually have to hold this position all the way up to my TP area to get some kind of profit, or even to make back that initial loss. And the initial loss was right around $2,000 and some change there. So that's what that is. So anyway, this video probably mostly is going to be about a trading plan and sticking to your trading plan no matter what, because that's the only way that you're going to find any level of consistency, guys. When you're trading, you have to have a plan that you stick with. This setup right here, it took a lot of patience, right, for me to wait. The first loss, I'm not too crazy about the first loss because I was following my plan. The only time I truly get mad when I take a loss is when I don't follow my rules. So I have my stop loss in place. I knew exactly where I wanted to get out if the trade didn't go my way. So when I saw that price wasn't going my way, it was pumping up instead of going down, I'm like, all right, this is pumping a little bit too hard. It's not even about letting the trade breathe and giving it wiggle room. It's mostly about following your plan. Because if you say, this is where I'm going to get out if this trade doesn't work out, you have to follow that. You can't just look at it and say, oh, well, maybe it's not, maybe it is, maybe this, maybe that. While you're saying all these maybes, your money is dwindling away. So you got to get the hell up out of that trade. So that's what my trading plan mostly is, guys. I take 1 to 2 setups a day, mainly 1. I only trade 1 pair, and I mostly only trade New York session. Every once in a blue moon, I'll glance over at Asian session, because US 30 does move very nicely on Asian session, but for the most part, New York session is where it's at for US 30. That's it, guys. It's a simple routine that you follow every day. You stick to it to a T, and that is how you're going to find consistency when you're trading. You keep a consistent lot size, consistent pair, consistent session, even consistent setups. You know, if you are a price action trader, if you are a fundamental trader, if you are a technical analysis trader, if you are a supply and demand trader, breakout trader, break and retest trader, it doesn't matter what kind of trader you are. At the end of the day, you find something that works for you and you stick with it, and you also give it enough time as well. It really frustrates me when I see a lot of traders test out a certain style of trading, a certain strategy, and they're like, oh, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work, when you've probably only tried it out for like 2 weeks. You know, market conditions change all the time. Economy conditions change, you know, news conditions change. All those things all play a factor in your trading. So just because something that doesn't work for you for the first few weeks or even the first few months, even sometimes, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad strategy. It doesn't necessarily mean you're a bad trader. It just means that you just need more study time. You need more time on the charts to really understand what it is you're doing and how to find what actually works for you. So understanding the foundation of that, though, is where it starts. And that's where you have to have a routine as to what pair you trade and really understanding and learning that pair. The reason why, guys, I stress trading one pair is simply because you have to really get to know a pair. You have to really understand how the pair moves, when it really moves, the volatility of that pair. You really want to just get to know the pair as much as you can to reduce the surprises, to help you gain confidence in what it's going to do. Because it's kind of like you want to date a pair, right? And over time, you want to eventually come to marry the pair, right? Because when you're dating someone, you're trying to get to know them. You're trying to learn their likes, their dislikes, their temperament, mannerisms, attitude, all that stuff. It's the same thing with trading. You really want to get to know how a pair moves. You want to understand when it likes to move. You want to understand, when it's the most volatile, when it's the most chill. You want to understand even what lot sizes. Lot sizes could vary based on the pair that you trade. All those things matter, basically. So it's so important to really hone in on one or two things to really help you find that base and foundation for your trading. If you're, you trade a million different pairs, a million different styles of trading, you're not even really, proficient in analyzing too well. You just kind of look at one or two things and then you run with the trade. It's going to be very hard for you to find consistency with that. So I stress to you guys to have a trading plan. And trading plan has two parts, okay? The first part of the trading plan is the basic part, which is what I just went over. What pair you trade, what session you trade, how many trades you take per day, how much are you willing to risk for the day. That stuff is kind of basic. Then the second part of a trading plan is the style of trader that you are. Are you scalping? Are you swinging? Are you looking for breakouts? Are you looking for break and retest? Are you looking for liquidity zones? Are you trading supply and demand? Or what type of setups are you looking for? Because when you accustom yourself to a certain type of setup that you're looking for, your eyes become trained to look for that. And the markets, guys, they do the same thing over and over again, over and over and over and over and over. So you can literally find your setup all the time because it's going to do it at some point. So, and when you know how to recognize and how to find those setups, now it's easier for you. The hard part is done. Now you just have to just wait for your entry confirmations, for, the chart to tell you what it is you want to see, and then go ahead and execute. Win, lose, or draw, you follow your trading plan, you're always going to be successful in your trading. So this morning, when I took this trade and this loss, like I said, the loss really didn't bother me much because why? I followed my trading plan. This is what I do. This is what I look for. This is the exact same setup that I'm taking all the time. The exact same trades, guys, that you went on, the same setups that you win should be the same exact setups that you lose on. There's no difference. You literally have a 40 chance of winning every single trade that you take if you have a consistent trading plan that you follow. If you don't, now you have this, flip of a coin. It's 50-50, So kind of try to tilt the odds more in your favor by having, a certain edge in the markets, and that edge is your knowledge. That edge is your confidence. All that comes from chart time. All that comes from really putting in the time and the effort that it takes to be behind the charts, understand what it is you're doing, and know when it's a good time to trade, when it's not a good time to trade, when it's time to get in the market, when it's time to get out of the market. And nothing is really set in stone. You're kind of on a journey where you're trying to, find your way. So maybe a pair that you trade now, over time, your knowledge is going to go up, your confidence is going to go up. So now you can trade more difficult pairs. The more difficult the pair is to trade, the more money you're going to make. So if your goal is to eventually, make a whole lot more money in maybe a shorter amount of time, you can look into trading harder pairs or more difficult pairs. Or you can stick with the pair that you're with and you've been trading for however long and just work on your risk management and try to risk a little bit more to maximize your profit potential so that you're not, taking too much of a hit. You're not having to hold trades longer and things like that. So it's all about, trial and error, trying to see what works for you, what doesn't work, and how to be consistent with it no matter what. If you have to work on your patience, waiting on entry confirmations, wait on that. If you have to learn to analyze, even just basic analyzing the charts, just focus on that. If you struggle with, I don't know, candlestick analysis, if you struggle with support and resistance zones, if you struggle with liquidity zones, if you struggle with certain things, focus on only what you're struggling with until you master it. Then once you master that, now you can move on to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And then you're leveling up, before you even know it. So that's basically what the video is about, guys. It's understanding that you shouldn't beat yourself up over losses. Understand that all traders lose. Everybody loses. Nobody wins every single day. When you go out, you get in your car and you drive somewhere, you're bound to hit a red light. It's not going to be green lights all the way, all the time. So give yourself a little bit of grace. Give yourself a little bit of patience. Don't get greedy. Work on your risk management. Work on your psychology over everything. Find a routine that works for you. If you work 9 to 5 and you're like, hey, I can't trade New York. I'm at work during New York session. Okay, great. Then maybe you got to trade Asian session when you get home in the daytime. Okay, well, I have kids at night. When I get home, I got to cook dinner. I got to help with homework. I got to do this. Okay, fine. You know what? Maybe I got to sacrifice a little bit of sleep now because I'm going to be trading Tokyo or London session. Get up and trade before work, or find a way to maneuver within your schedule after work. Find a way to make it work. Don't make excuses about what you're doing. If you're struggling with your trading and you're constantly losing, or you're winning, losing, and you're not finding consistency, are you really studying? Are you really putting in the time? Are you really doing the things you have to do to see the results on your trading statements and whatnot? Hold yourself accountable. Take responsibility for the things that you're doing. Really take the time out to really look in the mirror and ask yourself these things. Do you even really want to be a trader? Is this something you can see yourself doing 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the line? You know what I mean? What is it that I want to get out of trading? Do I want to leave my job? Do I want to supplement my income, complement my income? Do I just want to use it to pay a certain bill? I just wanted to pay my mortgage, or I just wanted to pay my car note, or I just wanted to, put money away from my kids' college, or whatever the case. What are your goals for trading? If you say today I'm aiming for $500 and you hit $500, you need to be withdrawing that $500 and using it towards whatever you said you were going to use that money for. Having a trading plan is not just on the charts, it's off the charts as well. If you're trading, you're just watching your account go up and down, you never withdraw. You never deposit also to try to up your risk, especially when you start seeing yourself being profitable. You never add a little bit, because all traders have done it, guys. All of us have done it. We've added money to our trading accounts. When you see that you're profitable and you're making money and you're able to be consistent, okay, now I feel like I'm ready to raise my risk a little bit. Let me add a little bit more money. It doesn't mean all the money you have in your account is the money you built up trading. Sometimes you got to work overtime at work. Sometimes you got to pull a little bit out of your savings or whatever you can to up your trading account, so you can really test your risk assessment, your risk level, to really see how far you can push yourself, where you can go. So it's not just about being on the charts, guys. It's everything you do off the charts that matter just as much on the charts. Everything you do off the charts will help you on the charts. Okay, so this is just a quick psychology video on this entire trading process thing, because you hold yourself accountable, guys. Hold yourself accountable and do the things you need to do. Surround yourself with the right environment, with the right friends, with the right amount of encouragement. Hold yourself accountable for the things that you really want to do. If you're trading, this is my business. This is what I do. This is one of my businesses. So I got to get up every day and come to work. I got to do work to get to where I want to be. Entrepreneurship is not just, we wake up every day and do whatever we want. That's part of it. But being able to be able to do whatever you want comes with a lot of work. There's a lot of work on the back end that takes place that a lot of people just don't see. They see the results of the work, but then there's a whole nother side that's being done behind the scenes that you guys, unless you're an entrepreneur already, you wouldn't already know that. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to share my thoughts on that this morning, because I have had some people DM me, message me, email me. I get messages all the time regarding that. And it's so simple. It's so easy, guys, to just find a routine and stick with it. Same as you do in your everyday life. You know what I mean? I look at my office. I look at things that encourage me. I look at things that I want to change. I look at things that I want to accomplish. I write down my goals. These are all things that all play a part in being successful, staying successful, being profitable, all those things. Okay. So I'm going to head to the gym right now. It looks like this trade is taking forever to move, guys. Look at where we are here. We're still lingering here. The move has pretty much already happened with this pullback here. It's already happened. So we're looking for this to finally move. Finally move. And in the meantime, we are still in profit. So we're gonna wait and see how this plays out with this. This also is a small account build, guys. Also, it's not my regular account, but it's a small account build that I'm working on right now. It's for my private group. So I'm gonna let this baby play out and see where we go from here. So as always, it's your favorite female trader, SIMPLEFX, and we're out.